have you join us on this week's edition of Deltascope. Deltascope is a weekly magazine program on television that plays host to economic, social, and political stakeholders in the Delta State Development Project. My name is Onome Iyarowe. This week on the program, we're playing host to a politician, a businessman. He was a one-time commissioner representing the Ishekiri ethnic nationality on the board of the Delta State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission, Deltascope. He is the member-elect of the Federal House of Representatives to represent the Warri Federal Constituency. He is a politician, a businessman, and one who supports his people. He is Chief Thomas Ereyitomi. Chief Thomas Ereyitomi, nice to have you join us on Deltascope. So, sir, first of all, you are a businessman before you delved into politics. And then, of course, your move has been very progressive. Let's talk about it.
My early primary school was in Ogidigbe. The secondary school was in Ogidigbe Grammar School. After my secondary school, I secured a contract employment with Dengov, Nashera. And I worked for some period of time. Thereafter, I resigned and I went into business.
How was it like at the beginning, starting your own business?
So finance was one of the greatest challenges. And also, to secure the contract is another very, very big challenge, even till now. But we just need to be persistent, and that's why we are here today.
Now, your first degree, you studied political science. At that point when you were in school, did you actually think of becoming a politician someday?
Before then, I have been. Because politics is not just something you come into just in a day. I have been. Far back in the village, during the time of MPN and UPN, we followed our uncles and the rest who were actively involved in politics that times. And they taught us so many things about politics. So gradually we were coming up, we have a lot of our people, our brothers who were playing politics, and they took us in. I was one of those that we took in.
You were one-time commissioner representing the Ishekiri ethnic nationality on the board of Deltascope. Tell us about your experience being a commissioner on that board.
The few time that I spent in that place was very, very good. At least give you the opportunity to interact with a lot of people. People from other ethnic nationalities, people that also from other backgrounds that you have not had that opportunity. So it afforded the opportunity. And so many things that we were able to do because the time we came in, it was very challenging. The economy was very challenging. We all know when Okowa came in, the whole thing, the oil price and all of those things. So it was very challenging at that period. But with the help of all the rest of our colleagues, we were able to put our ideas and everything together. So the little resources we have, we are trying to put it into use, maximum use for the benefit of our people. So it was a very good experience within that period.
Now, Chief Thomas Ereyitomi, while you were a commissioner on the board of Deltascope, you did so much for your people, unnoticed, unsung. Is that really your style?
Yeah, that's my style. My style is that I don't cherish publicity much, because I believe that whatever we can do to better the life of our people, to impact positively on the life of our people, we should do it without coming into the public to announce that. So that has been my lifestyle. So I don't believe happy people then come into the public domain and begin to announce, this is what I've done this, I've done that. I don't believe on that, because for you to do that, God must be seen to be directing you, and that's my own belief. So And whatever you do for people, I think it should remain between you and the person. So I don't like publicity and so many things about what people say and what you do. And you begin to announce it here and there. So it's something that I don't encourage. So that has been the reason, my style.
Now, we'll need you at this point to share with us some of those substantial things you did for your people.
Substantially or generally, I have on my own tried as much as possible to create a positive impact on the life of our people, my own people. And the reasons why, too, I have some sort of paid support is because the people realize what I have done without mentioning those things to individuals or groups.
So, sir, what's your idea of developing your people?
The idea of developing our own people, you see, our people, the only way we can develop our people very well is to engage them. Constructive engagements is a tool that we can use in developing our people. Because the development you intend to do, the direct beneficiaries of the development are the people. And the people must be seen to have their own input on what you intend to do. So you must engage them and find out what their need is all about. Not imposing on them what you think. Because most of the problems we have here is that people come to us and say, this is what we should do. Imposing it on the people. Not the people says, this is what they want. So when you impose, they will not cherish it. But if you come from them as a demand, and that demand is met, they will cherish it. So the idea first is to have a constructive engagement with the people, which is very, 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 very key to whatever we want to do. Because we don't engage them, that's why we have multiples of projects. We can have projects that doesn't have meaning. States will do their own, local government will do their own, federal government want to do it on one particular thing because the people are not in touch with. So one of the greatest things that we need to do is to have constructive engagement by way to that where the people can come out to tell you what is their needs. And these needs can be prioritized.
So, sir, you've been in politics for over 21 years, from the days of UPN to NRC to SDP and to Zero Party,
Yeah.
and side by side your business. And for the first time you got appointment as commissioner, at what point did you actually realize that you have to go for an elective position?
Yes. The need came into by a quest by the people. After 2015 general election, we know election is coming up in 2019. So before then, some group of young men from this area who believed that I have what it takes to represent them, who also believed on I have done a lot for our people here. I have assisted, I have done a lot. So the need for somebody to go who can adequately represent them there, and of course, getting in touch with the grassroots was there. They came up. They say, okay, Chief Thomas, you have done a lot. Come out. And the time now is yours because you have done a lot. You have assisted a lot of people who have been in an elected position. You have been one of those who have stood by them. So it's a time to come out. So the people came out and they urged me to come out and contest election. I know in politics, when you are called like that, first thing you need to do is to do a lot of consultation. Do a wider consultation with your immediate families and a lot of people, your political associates, and all of that, to say, this is what is happening. Which I did, and the people said, yes, I think it's a good idea that you need to come out, and that is it.
Hi, welcome to my new Delta. This past 4 years has been so amazing with Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa as governor. Lots of entrepreneurial and wealth opportunities has been created in the state. Infrastructural developments in all sectors. Over 200 roads have been completed, highways and urban roads. Primary health care has greatly been improved upon. Now you can get health support with ease. Even the educational sector was not left behind. It has received tremendous boost. The state has now become a sport destination. This past 4 years has been so amazing in Delta State. Who knows what the next 4 years will look like? Come with me. Let's create a stronger Delta with Senator Dr. Arthur Ifeanyi Okowa, my governor.
Okay, Chief Thomas Ereitomi, the primaries came and you were picked as a candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. What was the process like? Was it a war or a battle?
It's all about politics. Because politics is about struggling for power. So it's all about politics. It's not a war, it's not a battle, but it's about politics because it's struggling to get power. So that was it. So when we came out, I normally use the we because I have my own people. I think we were about 6 for the PDP who went into the context for the primary, which is an eternal arrangement of PDP. And we took the matter as brothers and sisters because we are from the same place. This Warri Federal Constituency, we have the Shakiris, we have the Ijaws, and we have the Rubos. Even there are some non-indigenous who are resident in this place. Yes, there are non-indigenous who resident here, Igbos, we still have the Hausas. Still have people there. They're also stakeholders in the whole project. So our approach is to do consultation, a wider consultation with them, engage them on the need for them to give their support to me, which we did very well. We did a wider consultation with him. And, you know, it is definitely not going to be easy having these calibers of persons running side by side. So it is not going to be easy. Everybody was conscious of that. Even my brothers at the opposite sides, they were also conscious of that because we all know our weight. So, and we are brothers and friends who are in the same political families. So you know what that means. So you know my strength, I know your strength. So that has been. So we went into the contest and God was on our side. On the day of the primary, we won by the majority of the people who voted. After the primary, you know, people are bound to be aggrieved by one way or the other. Normally you go into a context and you lost and haven't passed through those rigorous processes and the rest. So there's no way you can't be happy. So what we did was to, first of all, find a way to reach out to our brothers that lost out, and which we did. Eventually, the incumbent, I don't know, but it went to the other party. So the battle this time around was not between PDP and APC, again, low. It's between APC, PDP, SDP, just like that, and some other parties. But these are the three prominent parties that we are into the context. So then the main election, which is the general election, was a one that is more challenging because you are dealing with everybody this time around. Delegate election is different from the general election where you are dealing with everybody. Everybody this time around, and their vote is important. Their vote is, the vote needs to be counted, and so you need to take everybody into consideration and into confidence. So that was it. So you have to go into campaign. So we went into campaign around the 3 AG. And these 3 local governments, so we have about 32 wards. To visit 32 wards, and of course going into the units again. It was very challenging. So that was it. But you know that this state is a PDP state. So we have a structure, a formidable structure on ground. So, and that platform was a very good platform for everybody. So I'm sure that's the reason why the primary was very tense, because if you secure the ticket, it's as good as you're almost there. But so because we have a good platform, we have a structure that's cut across from the states to the local governments, senatorial, federal, and all of those ones, even up to their various wards and units, we were able to use that structure. So we build on that structure, use that structure for our campaign, and it's the structure tool we use for the general election that gave us the victory. Yeah, I won.
Now, during the campaigns, you made a promise of 4 points to your people, 4-point agenda to your people if elected: peace building, economic development, embassy building, and advocacy. Let's look at the 4-point agenda you have planned for your people.
Yes. Advocacy is to advocate for the needs of our people. Remember that this place, this Warri Federal Constituency, is the heart of Delta State. Is the heart of Delta State because these 3 local governments are oil-producing local governments. So, definitely, our people are in need of so many things that I don't want to mention here. So I promise that I will stand as an advocacy to advocate for those things that we need. Things that are constituting challenge to us in this environment, we must advocate for it. And this will be done in conjunction with the leaders. With the leaders of the ethnic nationalities that are here. Because the best is not what we're having here. The best is not what we're having here. So advocacy that we're going to do is going to be in conjunction with the leaders of the ethnic nationalities that we have. That I promise, and I will do. We know the challenges we're having in the oil producing communities. So those challenges, we need strong advocacy to get government to do the right thing that they need to do. As an appreciation of what we also were contributing.
All right, let's now look at your relationship with the governor of Delta State, His Excellency Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa.
In 2013, when our brother, the former governor, Dr. Emmanuel Odwan, we knew that his tenure will terminate by 2015. So we believed, some of us believed that based on the rotation of power in our party, that Delta North should be the turn of Delta North. So few of us who stood to say that though this thing is going to Delta North, we have somebody in our mind that should come out in Delta North to take this position. So we were the first set of people who came out to project Okowa as a governor of Delta State.
Why did you choose him?
We choose him because we know that he has what it takes to govern the state. Going by antecedents of his record, he has what it takes to govern the state. Don't forget too that we have a political family that we belong to. Don't forget. Because politics is all about interest. It's all about interest. We have a strong political family in Delta State, and we belong to that political family. And Okowa is a major stakeholder in that political family. So there's no way we will have left that political family and go outside to go and look up. Knowing hopefully well too that the man has what it takes to govern the state. So there we started. And God saw us through in 2015, he won. With the same support we give this time around, and God has seen us through. So I have my own personal relationship with the governor. Outside being elected.
Delta State has the wherewithal. It has human and material resources. The seaports, over 4 seaports, about 4 seaports in Delta. We have roads, good network of roads, and many more. What do you think we need at this point to make Delta State a stronger Delta?
Yes. I think the first thing we need to do is for all of us to realize that we are all Deltans and come together with a formidable force to project this state as a state. And it should be a Delta State where the rights of everybody should be respected. So we must come together, we must unite and speak in one voice. Then we must share the burden of pains for each of the ethnic groups. If an Urhobo man has pain, and the Shekiri man knows that there is a way he can help the Urhobo man, he has to do. That's the only way we can actually project this state. Because we have a lot of people who does not believe. They are playing what? Tribal politics. And tribal politics will not help us. The tribal politics of a thing will not help us. So yeah, that was good. We have a lot of tribes in Delta State. We can't sweep that under the carpet. But the issue here is that when it comes to how we can better Deltans and better the state, we must come together and speak in one voice. That is the first thing that we need to do. Then the second thing is to realize your rights and respect you on your rights. If you are the owner of this thing, that right should be given to you to say, okay, I respect you, you have this, have that. You understand? Because we have all it takes to do, and no man can do it alone. It's a combination of all of us, and everybody must speak in one voice. If we do that, there's no way we will not move from where we are today.
Chief, Warri has been known as the commercial nerve center of Delta State, but for so many years and for communal clashes here and there, the story had changed. Now you've been elected to represent the good people of your federal constituency at the House of Representatives. What exactly do you think you need to do to bring back the past glory of Warri?
Yes. It's going to be a joint effort of all of us. Because what happened to Warri was also caused by us. And now we are all suffering the consequence. So the first thing is for us to realize that. Having realized that, then we need to come back together and say, this is what we should do. Federal government is trying to dredge the escravos bar. The idea is to allow big ships to come to the port. And if that project is complete, what that means is that we'll have a lot of the ships here. Now, the ships that are going to come, the investors that are coming now, bringing their goods and everything, are we still going to be hostile to them? Federal government will not spend this money without we living here providing the needed environment, the peaceful environment for these investors to come here peacefully and invest. Because the only thing that can change the face of this place is we need a lot of investors to come back to Warren. The people must assure them. We must come together and say, bygone is bygone. Let us live in peace. Let us come together and provide the needed environment that needs to be provided.
Okay. All right, thank you so much, Chief Thomas Erei-Tomi. And that's where we call it a day on this week's edition of the program Deltascope on television. We thank you very much for coming with us this week. For your comments, observations, and contributions, please reach us on our various social media platforms as displayed on your screen. Be a part of the great move in developing Delta State and making Delta State a stronger Delta. On behalf of the producer and the production team, this is Onome Iyarue thanking you for watching. Next week, we'll be back here for a fresh edition of Deltascope.